A warm welcome to our latest top stories making news headlines. To present it, my name is Mure Abishai. This is Street TV Zambia, the television for the people, keeping you with sports news, entertainment, education, and many more other entertaining programs on your fingertips. If you are new here, please subscribe to our Facebook page and YouTube channels for quality, reliable, and verified news. We appreciate for your continued support that you are always giving us for watching our programs on our platforms. Let us now go into the details of our latest top stories making news headlines. And now, here is the details of our latest top stories making news headlines tonight. The Electoral Commission of Zambia Chief Electoral Officer Mr. Brown Kasalo held a public media briefing to address the statement which was issued by Transparency International Zambia, TIZ, which was published in the Must newspaper on Wednesday edition on 6th of August 2025 with the following caption title, ECZ Selects Suspect Firms. The Chief Electoral Officer responded through the press briefing which was held on 7th of August 2025. The press briefing was held at the Electoral Commission of Zambia headquarters in the new conference room. More in the following report.
The Commission received a letter from TIZ inquiring on the procurement process for voter registration equipment and software. The Commission acknowledged receipt of the letter and guided TIZ that the matters it raised in its letter were the subject of pending arbitration proceedings and therefore could not give out information as this would have compromised the said proceedings. Arising from this unfortunate development, the Commission is now compelled, in the public interest, to address the issues as follows. The Electoral Commission of Zambia on 9th October 2024 issued the tender for supply and delivery of voter registration equipment and software for the Electoral Commission of Zambia. These included mobile registration kits, printer cartridges, software, and services. The materials were meant to cater for mass voter registration in readiness for the 2026 general election. The tender was open to all eligible bidders, both local and international, and was administered following the rules under open international competitive bidding procedures as provided for in the Public Procurement Act No. 8 of 2020 and the Public Procurement Regulations 2022. The tender for the supply and delivery of voter registration equipment and software closed on 29th November 2024. The Commission received a total of 9 bid submissions comprising 6 international and 3 local at the close of tender. On 6th March 2025, the Procurement Committee of the Electoral Commission of Zambia granted authority to award the contract for supply, delivery, and commission of 2,025 voter registration kits to the best evaluated bidder, being Laxton Limited in partnership with EBOS Systems Limited as the citizen bidder, at the bid sum of United States $11,989,777.11 with a delivery period of 16 weeks. Following the approval by the ECZ Procurement Committee, the notification of intention to award the contract to Laxton was issued on 24th March 2025 and published in newspapers, the ECZ website, the ECZ Facebook page, and sent to individual bidders who had participated in the tender. Ladies and gentlemen, bidders were clearly advised that the notification period would end on 28th March 2025, in which objections to the intention to award could be received. On 31st March 2025, the Zambia Public Procurement Authority wrote to the Electoral Commission of Zambia that they had received appeals from 2 bidders, among them Smartmatic International Holdings. The appeal hearing was conducted on 9th April 2025. On 22nd April 2025, the ZPP informed the Commission that the review process of the appeal had been concluded. The ZPP upheld the appeal from Smartmatic International and directed the Commission to terminate the procurement proceedings. On 25th April, the ECZ Procurement Committee cancelled the procurement proceeding for the tender for the supply, delivery of voter registration equipment and software due to significant changes in bidding conditions and conditions of contract outlined in the issued solicitation document. The cancellation was in line with Section 69(1), subsection D of the Public Procurement Act number 8 of 2020. The ECZ Procurement Authority granted, rather the ECZ Procurement Committee granted authority to reissue the solicitation document using limited bidding method on account of urgency with a reduced flotation period of 2 weeks to 5 shortlisted vendors that had qualified to the technical stage in the initial tender. And these are as follows: 1, Bridging Gap Solutions Limited, Chamtech, Luxton Limited, Smartmatic International Holdings, and Top and Gravity Limited. The tender was issued on 29th April 2025 and was set to close on 12th May 2025. It should be noted that all the shortlisted bidders were individually invited to participate in the limited bid. On 9th May 2025, the Commission received correspondence from the Zambia Public Procurement Authority to suspend the procurement proceedings for the new tender, as the authority was in receipt of an appeal from Luxton, who were in partnership with Ecosystems Limited, against the refloated tender until the authority had considered the appeal. The appeal was heard on 22nd May 2025. On 27th May 2025, they dismissed the appeal and directed ECZ to proceed with the new tender. Subsequently, the new tender closed on 3rd June 2025, and the following bidders submitted their bids. 1, Bridging Gap Solutions, a joint venture with Shenzhen Eurofund, with a citizen bidder as Bridging Gap Solutions. The second was Chamtech Incorporated, in a joint venture with Ramcorp, and the citizen bidder was Star Labs Limited. The third was Top and Security Limited, with the citizen bidder being SmartNet Networks Limited. The fourth was Smartmatic International, with the citizen bidder being Modelink. Contrary to the assertion by TIZ that the Commission refused a request for an extension to submit a new bid by Luxton Limited, the Commission wishes to state as follows. 1, Luxton Limited, in a letter dated 30th April 2025, declined to participate in the new tender. Luxton, instead of submitting their bid, opted to pursue legal redress, ranging from a judicial review to appeals with ZPA and arbitration proceedings. Despite the pending legal redress, the Commission reminded Luxton Limited in writing that nothing precluded them from participating in the new tender process. A day before the close of the tender, Luxton Limited wrote to the Commission requesting an extension of time to submit their bid for the new tender, which then I must say they initially declined to participate in. Now, being a day before, the Commission declined as there was no justifiable reason for the extension of time. In view of the above, the Commission cannot be faulted for Luxton's inaction. Ladies and gentlemen, on 16th June 2025, the ECZ Procurement Committee terminated the procurement proceedings for the refloated tender because all the submitted bids were non-responsive at preliminary evaluation stage. The termination was in line with section 69(1), subsection 1, subsection K of the Public Procurement Act number 8 of 2020, which states that a procuring entity may at any time prior to notification of the contract award terminate or cancel procurement proceedings without entering into a contract if all evaluated bids are non-responsive. The ECZ Procurement Committee further granted authority to reissue the solicitation document for tenders through limited bidding method of procurement on account of agency with a reduced flotation period of 7 days to the following shortlisted vendors: Election Systems and Software, Mirror Systems Company Limited, and Warfare Electronic Voting System. As you can see from the above, other companies were shortlisted contrary to the TIZ's assertions. The tender was issued on 20th June 2025 and closed on 1st July 2025. The Commission received one bid from Mirror Systems Company Limited in partnership with Starlab, a citizen bidder. Mirror Systems Company met all the tender requirements, and the company has over 25 years experience in manufacturing, supply and delivery of electro-related technology solutions in Africa, Asia, Eastern Europe and Latin America. And this is to both electro-mining bodies and other vendors. On 9th July 2025, the ECZ Procurement Committee granted authority to award the contract for the supply and delivery of 2,500 voter registration kits and software for the Electoral Commission of Zambia to Mirror Systems Company of South Korea at a total bid price of $11,881,480, subject to negotiations. Upon negotiations, the contract amount was reduced from $11,841,480 to United States dollar $10,674,670 without compromising the quality of the solution to be provided. Arising from this, the Commission proceeded to sign the contract with Mirror Systems Company Limited of South Korea for the supply and delivery of voter registration equipment and software on 28th July 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to note that the initial tender process, where Luxor Limited was first evaluated, was at the bid sum of United States dollar $11,989,777.11 for 2,025 voter registration kits, with a delivery period of 16 weeks, while the contract with Mirror Systems Company Limited is at the sum of United States dollar $10,674,670 for 2,500 voter registration kits with a delivery period of 12 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commission wishes to reaffirm that as a public body, all its procurement processes are strictly guided by the provisions of the Public Procurement Act, number 8 of 2020, and associated regulations. These laws provide a clear framework for how public procurement should be conducted, including transparency, competition, and stakeholder accountability. In conclusion, further to the earlier proposal to TIZ Zambia for a meeting, the Commission will proceed to engage TIZ on this matter. The Commission would also like to take this opportunity to inform all stakeholders that there will be a stakeholder engagement meeting on 15 August 2025. Invitations and notices will be sent in due course. I trust the above has provided adequate clarity to the issue at hand. I thank you.
In the related news, The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has noted with serious concerns the recent media reports and public statement attributed to Mr. Michael Piri, which were commented on by Mr. Sakiva Scotta, State Counsel, in the Daily Nation newspaper edition dated 3rd of August 2025 and on 4th of August 2025, respectively, suggesting that the Commission is secretly altering electoral rules and introducing electronic voting ahead of the 2026 general elections. Mr. Piri went as far as suggesting that a draft statutory instrument introducing biometric voting is already sitting with the Ministry of Justice, led for approval. The Commission categorically denies these allegations as they are unfounded, misleading, and aimed at creating unnecessary public anxieties. The Commission takes great exception to insinuations attributed to Mr. Scotta that it is being run like a cult. The Commission operates strictly within the provisions of the Constitution of Zambia Amendment Act No. 2 of 2016, the Electoral Commission of Zambia Act No. 25 of 2016, the Electoral Process Act No. 35 of 2016, and the regulations promulgated thereunder. The process of amending any act of Parliament cannot be undertaken unilaterally by the Commission. Such changes follow a defined legislative process which involves, among other things, stakeholders' consultations, cabinet approval, presentation of a bill before Parliament, and parliamentary debate and enactment before assents by the Republican President. Therefore, assertions that the ECZ is secretly changing electoral laws are false and misleading. In line with this procedure, an example of the Commission's commitment to stakeholders' engagement to continuously improve the electoral process, the Commission appointed an inclusive technical committee to review Zambia's electoral framework. The committee held public sittings in all provincial centers to gather submissions from a wide range of stakeholders. This process formed the basis of a comprehensive review of Zambia's electoral framework. Following this work, the Commission on 5th of June 2025 announced the publication of the Electoral Reforms Technical Committee report, a public document that captures recommendations on the legal and administrative reforms required within the current electoral system. The process was conducted transparently with all stakeholders invited to make submissions. This example underscores the Commission's commitment to love and inclusive engagements in electoral reforms processes and demonstrates that any proposal for legal amendment are pursued through structured, participatory, and constitutionally recognized procedures. Furthermore, the Commission wishes to reiterate its position as communicated last year that there will be no electronic voting during the 2026 general elections. This position remains unchanged. Any claims suggesting otherwise are incorrect and aimed at inciting the public. It is also important to distinguish between the automated biometric identification system and electronic, or what is being referred to as biometric voting. ABIS, which has been in use since 2006, it is purely a tool in voter registration designed to prevent duplicate registrations and ensure the integrity of the register of voters. It does not involve voting or totering of results. Therefore, ABIS is not an electronic voting system. The Commission calls upon all stakeholders, including political party leaders, not to drag the Commission into politics and desist from spreading misinformation that can erode public confidence in the electoral process. The Commission stands ready to engage with all stakeholders to provide accurate information. This information was released to the media yesterday on 6th of August 2025 and signed by Brown Kasalo, Chief Electoral Officer, the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Well, this is what we only had tonight for you on our latest top stories making news headlines. Mureya Abishai, Street TV Zambia. Thanks for watching and God bless you.